lot of you get bent out of shape when we say that Esau, so-called Europeans, are the physical arm of Satan on this earth. And I believe that a lot of so-called black people, as well as Hispanics, you have become comfortable in a world that's not yours. You've become comfortable in a setup that the Most High He created to punish us, but not just punish us, but show the world that He's the supreme Lord and His Son is King. I think a lot of you get caught up in your feelings and your emotions, and you try to shame us into thinking like you. How many of you have been following this story with these whales washing up in Jersey? And I don't think it's only limited to Jersey. I think other places in the world, but Jersey is getting a lot of shine as far as exposing how evil the powers that be are. And they'll do anything just to make a buck. Yeah, they'll do anything just to make a buck. And again, I'm going to, say it again. Brothers have to learn to come out of their feelings. The Most High is not concerned with your feelings. And I think a lot of people, they get caught up in their feelings and their emotions and are afraid, or no, I'm not even going to say afraid, just too weak to sit down and face reality and see things as they really are. Me, I'm not like that. I'm going to ride and die with facts and the Most High, unless you can show me something differently. But you have to come out of your feelings, basically. That's what I see. A lot of brothers and sisters have to come out of their feelings. But yeah, I found this article, very interesting as far as what's happening with the Most High and the whales and what's happening on the earth, period. See, not only are people being affected as far as what's happening on the earth, the animals are being affected too. The animals want a change too. You read that in the scriptures to some extent. You read about the trees and the plant life. Even they want this man to be put down, and they want a change on earth. Even they want that. But it's just crazy how people just ignore, reality and what's happening on this earth. And again, I'm going to say it: the so-called white man, who's known biblically as Esau, they run this world. If you're in a bus or a car or a plane or a train, you're going in a direction that the pilot is directing that plane. The train conductor or engineer who is moving that train, you have no choice but to follow where that train is going, or learn that it's heading into a brick wall and to get off, jump off, fight your way off. In this case, spiritually, we have to train ourselves to see reality and get off a dying world or a dying train. 18 whales deaths in 2 months. 18 whales are dead in 2 months along the East Coast. They're saying it's due to these somewhat like a windmill method of creating energy that's offshore, and it's affecting the lives of creations of the Most High. But Esau, he refuses to backpedal on that. Refuses. Whales washing up dead along East Coast reeks hypocrisy. Mayor of Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, Paul Knitra, says corporations stand to make billions of dollars from investments into offshore wind, and possible cause for 18 whales' death in 2 months. Hundreds of local residents in a coastal New Jersey town rallied over the weekend, calling for a federal moratorium on offshore wind energy development until the recent uptick whale deaths was determined. They know it's that. They know it's that. They know. During the rally in Point Pleasant Beach, lawmakers, local officials, and environmentalists expressed concerns that the offshore wind construction played a role in the deaths of at least 10 whales that have been discovered over the last 2 months in New Jersey and New York. Additional whales have been found beach in other East Coast cities, including Maryland and Virginia, since December. I believe this is happening in other places too. I believe there's what they deem and call technology is affecting a lot of the wildlife as well as creations of the Most High that are in the sea. I believe that a lot of things that they build on this earth affects the health of not just so-called black people, but so-called white people, Gentiles or heathens. I believe that the 5K, like I've been saying for years, affect people as well. Where a lot of people are still in denial about that. I believe just to make a buck, they will do anything or sacrifice anything just to make a buck. That's what I believe. I mean, call it what you want, but a lot of it is prophecy and it's not going anywhere. You know? But they make money, so it's all about the Benjamins and Ann. It's all about the Benjamins and Ann. They make money, and that's what it's about. And you have to get that in your head. The offshore wind industry has a 40-ton problem on its hands. Since early December, close to 24 large whales have washed up on or near beaches on the U.S. U.S. Atlantic coast. And about a third of the so-called strandings have occurred on the shores of New Jersey. It's unclear. It's unclear what exactly is fueling the deaths. But an unlikely coalition of wind opponents, local environmental groups, and conservative talk show hosts have zeroed in on offshore wind as a culprit. They argue that the projects in development are disrupting the marine life and contributing to the unusual high number of deceased whales. See that? You see that? You know, the animals are creations of the Most High too. Sometimes we just focus in on people, but the animals and what the Most High put on this earth is to be respected and loved. Used for food in certain cases too. I'm speaking in general as far as the creations of what the Most High put on this earth. But Esau, the so-called white man, he doesn't respect life. I'm not saying that pertains to all Edomites, because you have some protesting. I mean, look at the North American Indians when they were on this earth. They claimed that the Europeans came here and killed just for sport. The North American Indians had respect. They had respect for the animals and what they use for food. But Esau, the so-called white man, he killed for sport. He wasted food. He killed for trophies. He does it today. He kills lions and giraffes, wild animals, just for sport, to show he can kill. To the point they have to have special police to stop them from killing certain animals. Killing elephants for their what is it? For parts used for sexual deviant behavior, or just for sport. This is how bad it's gotten. But the Most High gonna stop it. Ain't gonna stop it. Government officials and the companies behind those wind projects remain firm. Look at that. There's no evidence linking the whale mortality to ongoing offshore wind development. Look at that. Now, isn't that wicked? Government officials and the companies behind those wind projects remain firm. There's no evidence linking the whale mortalities to ongoing offshore wind development. They say New Jersey offshore wind ambitions are continuing as planned. You see that? You see that? So you think they're going to stop? No, they're not going to stop. But this is why the Most High has to come in and step in, because not only has the Most High programmed Esau to do what he's doing, Esau being so-called Europeans, but the Most High, through his power, has to show that there's one God and one supreme being. There's one power and one Lord and one supreme being, and man is simply a creation of the Most High. Man is simply a creation of the Most High. So they're not going to stop. But what does the prophecy say? What does prophecy say? The Most High tells you in Isaiah 14, it says, Most High says in the 15th verse, no, he says in his mind, this is what the wicked says. They try to link this chapter to Satan, spiritual Satan. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds and be like the Most High. Who is that? There's only one people on the earth that want to be like the Most High and has this mindset to be like the Most High. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, meaning above all people, all creation, all things, including the Most High. And it's, when you read on, it says, I will be like the Most High. So don't tell me about whales. I'm about money. Don't tell me about giraffes and animal lives, or the rainforest. Don't tell me about the rainforest. Don't tell me about the oil spills in the ocean. Don't tell me about people crying out for justice. Don't tell me about people crying out for better health care. Don't tell me about that, because I will be as the Most High. Who's in a position that claims that right or that position to be like the Most High? That's not all nations. That's not the Chinese. That's not the East Indians. That's not even Africans. Only one people have that mindset and that spirit. I'm not going to tell you who, because I don't want to strike against me, but you know who it is. Do the math. Do the math. But prophecy, and according to the Most High in the 15th verse, says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. This is proof that hell is a condition on earth. Slavery was a hell for the so-called black man and black woman. Being colonized and European traditions and evil was a hell for the so-called Hispanics and North American Indians, who all had their land taken from them to some extent, who all witnessed and observed and historically documented the beasts of the field, the animals being destroyed by the enemy in those times. The money that was made and generated from the destruction of animals, such as the buffalo and the tigers and the lions, from whence this man set foot on this country. They witnessed this. They saw the suffering of the animals all the way back then. All the way back then. Basic history. This you know. And this was all done through greed and pride and believing you're the Most High, and that all races of color were inferior to one race. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh. 15th verse says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pits. Who's going to do that? The Most High. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. See that? Who is that? The same ones who are oppressed, who are now in hell while they are in their heaven, making money, getting money, accumulating money through lies, deception, murder, and the destruction of the whales and other animals that the Most High put on this earth to live with us as well. So those same people are going to narrowly look on them. When you narrowly look on someone, you're looking at them with anger. You're looking at them with bitterness. You're looking at them like you want revenge. They that see thee, who's going to be brought down to hell from the Most High, shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Who is that? Because the Christians will tell you that this is spiritual Satan. This is a chapter about spiritual Satan. But spiritual Satan didn't shake kingdoms and didn't create destructions and didn't make worlds into third worlds. Didn't bring Iraq into a stone age. Didn't destroy the people of the Ukraine through war and shook the world there with their bombs. Didn't drop the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Only one man through history has done that to the height where all nations fear him, that all nations don't cross certain borders or lines or airspaces or areas in the sea they can't cross. Certain longitude and latitudes they can't cross on the seas, over the seas, sorry. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made, 17th verse, that made the world as a wilderness, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed cities thereof. Who's the main culprit or people that do these things? Who has the technology to do these things? Whose technology is destroying those same whales we read about? You saw what we just read. They said that their science is not going to stop, basically. Not going to stop. Not going to stop. This is what they said. Look at that. Government officials and companies behind those wind projects remain firm. Remain firm. But there's no evidence linking the whales' mortality, meaning their life, to ongoing offshore wind development. They say New Jersey's offshore wind ambitions are continuing as planned. Doesn't that sound like the man who says in his spirit, I will be like the Most High? Doesn't it sound like that? The 14th verse says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. I will continue to destroy the animals to make money because I'm not doing it. I'm not killing the animals. I will continue to create towers with 5K, 6K, 7K. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? and you can't stop me. I'm like the Most High, even though the towers affect people on this earth. I will continue to create drugs and medicines that are linked to make people sick, that are linked to have an effect on people. But you can't do nothing to me because I am above the Most High in your Bibles, in your words of the Most High, and how you feel is outdated. I'm about the future. I am the Most High. Who thinks like that? Who thinks like that? Only one people think like that. 16 verse again, it says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee. They're going to consider thee. They're going to check you out in your ways and what you say. And they're going to see if it runs parallel with the Most High. If you're not into the Most High, they're going to see if it runs parallel with common sense and justice. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners? And there you go. You got two types of prisoners. You have the physical prisoners who are locked up by thieves, but the thieves are claiming that the ones they locked up, those are the thieves. Those are the murderers. Those are the evil people on this earth. Meanwhile, the evil people on the earth, the thieves and the murderers, they run the earth. They run the earth. I'm not saying these things to be evil. I'm not saying these things to be evil. I'm saying these things as a form of reality that you have to face, that America as well as the world is on her last leg. I just read this article by this guy who wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he was saying, hold on to your money, don't spend, even though the money's going to be worthless at some point. But he was saying, be very careful as far as how you use your resources. That's how I took it, because the worst is about to come. Everybody's talking about 2023 is going to be that year, man. Everybody's talking about 2023 is going to be that year, and it makes you wonder, will it be that year? Will it be that year? Will it be the year the Most High really unleashes? But I do know one thing. I see a major change in people. I see a major change in people and how they walk and how they act and how they conduct themselves. There's something in the air. People are very robotic now. And people are very stupid at the same time. If you can't see that there's something going on, well, then you're just dumb, and you deserve to stay in the mindset or position you're in. But there's definitely something going on. Most High says in Revelations 11:18, it says, in the nations all around the world, on this planet, who are partakers of the evil with America, it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath, the Most High's wrath, is come, in the time that the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give its reward to thy servants and prophets. So those who are dead in the spirit of Yahushua, they're going to be rewarded and judged. And those who are dead without Yahushua, without the laws, without the commandments, without the true understanding of the Bible, they're going to be judged as well. But the key point I want you to focus on is that everybody is suffering. Everybody is not aligned with the Most High to some extent. Then there are brothers and sisters who are. And there are certain heathens who see the light of Yahushua too, who see the light of the truth. They might not like it, but they see that there's a better way, and the better way is the Most High. You could say no, but at one time, certain nations respected the Most High. They knew that the Most High was with us as a people. They knew that the truth and balance was in the Most High through us. And the Most High is creating a spirit where people see that something is wrong on this earth. And that the leadership of each country is leading their countries, or as well as the people in other countries, into hell. They see this. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come through the storms, through war, through pain, suffering. The Most High said he created good and evil, and he has the power to unleash that good or evil on who he chooses. In the time of the dead, that they should be judged through what? The laws, statutes, and commandments. It tells you in the Bible that everybody will kneel and bow down to the King, Yahweh Shai. And they're going to be judged by what they do in this body, or their body, whether it's good or bad. It tells you that in Corinthians. But the Most High says, and that thou shalt give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. That's you, brothers and sisters, the Israelites. You have a reward coming. And you have judgment coming as well. So you brothers and sisters who are standing firm in the Most High and uplifting the gospel and bringing people to light, meaning our people, but also being a light to the heathens, showing them what they're doing wrong, what their people is doing wrong, what is the judgment of the Most High, how we're going to rule over all nations, and that there is wrath coming. You're the servants that's going to be rewarded. And that thou should give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name. And to them that fear thy name, small and great, and should have destroyed them. See this? And should have destroyed them. Who's doing the destroying? The Most High. And should have destroyed them which destroy the earth. Look at that. Ain't that something? But a lot of people are in the mindset that this is not going to happen. This is going to happen. That the Most High is going to destroy them which destroyed this earth. And this earth is destroyed on a physical level as well as a spiritual level. But it's just something to think about, because I just want to say that the animals, they're suffering and they're catching it, and the vibe is totally off, because this is Satan's kingdom, and there's about to be a transition from this kingdom to the Most High's kingdom. But for now, we gotta deal with it in righteousness. For now, we have to struggle with it in the spirit of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's the Most High in Christ. Hey, but that's just on my mind. I'm out.